And we're live.
Ta-da.
Already 14 thumbs.
And 16 comments.
Right on. What's up, everybody? Welcome to our Wednesday night.
It's not Wednesday.
Wait, it's never Wednesday night. Why would I even say Wednesday night?
I have no idea.
I don't even know. I've been a weird day off all week, though. But I've been ahead, so that doesn't even make sense.
Because you just went backwards?
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, welcome to our Thursday night live stream on Dylan Talks Tone. Leslie's back. Everybody was like, we can't wait till Leslie gets back.
Surprise!
They missed you.
Why? What do I bring?
It.
What is it?
I don't know. We answer guitar questions on Thursday nights. And we answer questions come from Patreon and from YouTube members who have asked them throughout the day, because we make a post over there. So if you want to guarantee that your question is answered on Thursday night, two things you can do. You can join Patreon and ask it over there. We'll feature it on the screen. Or you can use a super chat. Or you can take your chances with a bunch of question marks, and Leslie will try to catch them and put them over here, and we'll talk about them. We're going to talk about guitars tonight. Specifically, what you get for $1,500 made in the United States.
What you get?
Well, we've been having a bunch of conversations lately about value for money and about what a $2,000 guitar is, what a $2,500 guitar is, Les Paul's $3,000, and understanding economics and understanding cost of goods sold and understanding all that stuff. All of these prices make 100% sense. So, what do you get for $1,500 made in the USA? We're going to talk about this new Gibson thing here in a little bit, so it's pretty interesting thing. We don't have any sponsors for our channel, but please do me a favor and go down in the description. There's going to be a couple of links. We'll mention StewMac. I told Leslie I was going to connect the nipples from here to here. You said, I dare you to say that. StewMac.com. All your tool needs. Don't whine about how expensive they are. They're a lot cheaper than they used to be, and they have lifetime warranty. So just go buy them. Have great tools. You won't have to replace them in 2 seconds. And if you do, they'll give you a new one. So there's a link to that down there. And then the other thing I want to talk about that I've been trying to make sure everybody knows about is Runway Audio has just released their silent cable. So you can go to runwayaudio.com and you can use code DylanTalksTone and you can get 10% off your silent cable. These things work awesome. I've been using mine all week. Or for about a week since I've gotten it. So it's pretty sweet. Yeah, so there's all of those things. What's everybody else talking about?
They're answering whatever your topic is.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and go through these questions first, and then we'll get into that. That's how we do this. We give our Patreon supporters priority on Thursdays. So,
Robert H. Hello, Leslie and Dylan. I was approached about any advantage fan frets may have. I have heard about true temperament, but not fan frets. I did a little search on the fan frets, and it seems they, like true temperament, would restrict choices of string size. Right? Wrong? Any thoughts? Oh, by the way, I'm happy with my conventional frets. So for now, I'll just shut up and play.
I think the goal of fanned frets is to be able to have actually a little bit more choice in string gauges when you are, because the kind of the technical term for that stuff is extended range guitars, because what you're doing then is you're running different tunings, but you're able to keep the tension correct, basically, is what it is. And so that's how they compensate for that. It's not necessarily an intonation thing. The true temperament frets are intonation based, because a guitar is never actually truly, every note is not truly in tune because of the math of how a guitar works. Either one end of it can be in tune or the other end, but not both. And so true temperament frets have the little squigglies to kind of make up that difference and make it to where every note is closer to being perfectly intonated. Where the fan fret thing is to equalize string tension with different weights so that you can have a better playing guitar with extended range. So yeah, there you go.
Zoltan. Hi, Leslie and Dylan. Not so much a question, rather a comment on Monday's video. The guitar feature with highest impact on my playing is body width. The thicker the body, the more uncomfortable for me. The more my playing sucks. Second, related, attribute, shape on the top, attribute. Have to use it in the right context. Shape of the top, flat, cool. Carved, more difficult for me. Wood species, on the other hand, don't matter. Thanks for putting on this great and fun show and for keeping it going week after week. Go 100K.
Heck yes. Please hit the subscribe button. We're getting close to 100,000. Yeah, that's interesting observations. I never really thought about the thickness of the guitar. I have thought about the top carve, because there are certain top carves I don't like. Because they feel funny. It took me a really long time. And balance is a thing for me, too. So, like, a Firebird is weird for me to play. I've never really been super comfortable on a Firebird.
Is there a setting why it won't auto-scroll? Like, why is it stuck now, all of a sudden? It usually always scrolls.
I don't know the answer to that.
It's really aggravating.
They've done a bunch of updates. Maybe I'll look at that later.
Really aggravating.
Yeah, that's an interesting observation, Zoltan. Thank you.
You'll see this in the future.
I'm sure.
In 2x.
Tomorrow in 2 times speed.
Robert F. Hello, Leslie and Dylan. It's getting harder and harder to come up with good questions each week. I'm glad he's going for the challenge, though.
Yeah.
That's fun. I'm stumped after many hours of pondering. So thank you both for all you do to support the DTT community.
I prefer white pickguards on my telly.
Is that a question?
No, I was just... He wants to find good questions. That's the answer to a stupid question.
Oh, he's pondering. I don't know how he has time to ponder.
Yeah, he's a pretty busy dude.
JD. Seymour Duncan P-Rails. Good idea or marketing gimmick?
Some people really like them. I am not a fan because I think that they don't do anything really well. They're like, let's put 2 mediocre sounds in one pickup instead of make one pickup do 2 awesome things. So I'm not really a fan of them.
Fanshank Guitar says he likes Tort.
I like Tort too, but it's got to be on the right guitar.
And the right Tort. We saw some bad.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen some bad.
Yeah, bad Tort is...
Woo! His question's so big I can hide behind it. Hat Mike. Last week, I dropped off a set of pickups I made to a friend and luthier who will be trying them and providing feedback. While we were talking, he said that he has a guy who makes pickups for him, and when he is done, runs them through the particle accelerator in Princeton. I just laughed and said something about breaking the coil wire and starting over on one. So I made an offering to the pickup gods, and these would be extra special. He didn't laugh, and soon I was walking out of there wondering, WTF just happened, and pretty sure my pickups hit the trash can as the door closed behind me.
So he wanted to know if what he thought he might be talking about, if there was something realistic about what he was saying.
Yeah.
And I I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. He's pulling your leg. But then I realized something. Particle accelerator in a Princeton is a tube.
Ooh.
So he's saying that he's running it through the particle accelerators in his Princeton. I wonder if he's talking about he tests them in his tube amp. Oh. Like kind of play on words.
That's fun. Like super nerdy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, like I'm going to run them through my particle accelerator down here. Because that's what a tube is.
That's pretty good if that's what he meant.
Yes, and he has a fantastic sense of humor if that's true. I don't know, but that's what I'm going with. Instead of thinking the guy's an idiot, I'm going with he has an awesome sense of humor.
And now Hat Mike is like, dang, I totally missed it.
Literally, I saw that earlier, and I was like, God, it's so stupid. And I was like, wait a minute.
Dude's so nerdy, he's not even funny.
Yep, and then he is later. But maybe that is the genius of it. If it takes you 2 hours and you like wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh, that was a hilarious joke. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then that dude won. He completely won. Yeah, that was awesome.
If your presumption is right.
Otherwise, if he was trying to pull your leg, then he's stupid. But I doubt it.
Robert O. How do you decide when to keep the original pickups in your guitars versus using your own pickups? Curious if there is a use case for you where you prefer the original pickups.
So.
Great question.
Good question. I'll give you a little secret here. All of the guitars that I have right now except one that I've bought have stock pickups in them. My Gibson SG Junior has one of my P90s in it. Because I flat did not like the stock P90 that came in it. Because we make better P90s. It's true. Some guitars I buy on purpose to have as sort of reference-y kind of things. Because if your competition is a certain thing, and not necessarily competition, but I like to understand when I move the...
You move. Just like that.
Just like that. When I move the spec of the pickup from whatever it is and make some sort of improvement, I like to have the original reference there. And I like to... So I'll swap them out, but I'll put the stock ones back in, etc. And I really like to keep those around. my PRSs both have stock pickups. My Les Paul has stock pickups. My Tele has stock pickups. But that's why. It's because I wanted a reference for what I am doing. So then when I change and move away from that, it just really, it helps. Yeah. And sometimes I just really like them. The pickup in the Schecter MGK. I thought that guitar was was going to last about 5 minutes with the stock pickup in it, and I really like it. Mm-hmm. It's the only sub $1,000 guitar or sub $2,000 guitar that I've ever owned that I didn't change the pickup in. It's definitely the only Asian guitar I've ever had that I didn't change the pickup in. Because usually, those are the off-the-shelf stuff from Artec or somewhere. It's a great pickup, though.
Shane. Morning, Dylan. Leslie. We missed you last week. Question. Thoughts on the Gibson Modern Light series? Does it fill an important niche in the Gibson lineup, or will it cannibalize sales of the studio and high-end Epiphones? Will Dylan get the pink one for review?
This is where the cover topic comes from.
Way to go, Shane. You win. I know what you win.
saw that earlier this week, I texted Matt today. And I was like, Matt, it's not like they're copying you, but that's definitely a level 1 Les Paul. And he's like, you're reading my mind because that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So that's what they talked about. Oh, somebody hit a light pole around outside their studio shop, and the power went out. So, well, at least they think that's what happened. So the power went out. That's why you lost their feed earlier. I told Matt that I would tell everybody, and then I forgot.
Did you forget if you did it, though?
Well, I was going to say it earlier.
Oh.
So the Gibson thing is interesting. I really applaud what they're doing because, but this is what, okay. First of all, for them to make a $1,500 Gibson, like a real Gibson with the Gibson peg head on it, in the United States, it's got 490 and 500T pickups in it. It's got aluminum hardware like my $3,000 Gibson has. It's got dots instead of, it's got some, we'll get to the basic stuff there, but it's got a carved top. It's got all of the things in the right places that make you feel like you're playing a properly good guitar. And it's made in the United States, and it's $1,500. I think it's fantastic. I think it is an excellent, excellent idea. And I think it is an excellent price point. It's perfectly priced in the market. Now, what does a Les Paul Studio go for? I think they go for $17. We'll check that here in just a second because I forgot to look and I wanted to know. So I think it's a great spot in the market. And I think one of the things that people, we've talked about this a bunch recently, that $2,000 guitar, and I almost made this, I'm wrong. Because I've been saying that $2,000 to $2,500 guitar is pretty much what you're going to pay for an American-made guitar these days. Until they went and did that. And I think it's great. But it has to be stripped down. Okay, so they're $1,700. So basically, for $1,700, here's the thing, Shane, I mean. If you look at the spec, I would say that it doesn't take away sales. It makes the Les Paul Studio a fantastic value. Because it is a nitrocellulose finish, shiny finish, full thickness body instead of the thinner one, different pickups, I think, trapezoid inlays, and it's got all the stuff. Not all the stuff, but kind of in between the 490 and 498s. So I think it fills a gap below it. There's a point where you can't strip anything more out of a guitar, right? It's got to have all of its parts to work. And I don't know if you listened to Matt and Chris's stream beforehand over on Texas Toast Guitars, but they've just come out with their Level 1 Challenger loaded, I think. It's going to have RP90s in it. And they're doing a special introductory run of that guitar for $12.99. And people were like, well, can't you paint the peg head? Can't you do this? Can't you do that? Yes, you can. But those features don't just jump on the guitar by themselves. Every time there becomes a bottom line where anything below that is just not possible. And to maintain the correct profit margin in the instrument, it just doesn't work. And so that's why a Level 1 Challenger at Texas Toast Guitars for $1,300 is killer. That's why a $1,500 Les Paul is killer, because it gets people in the brand with all the right stuff, but still at a reasonable price. Every time you add a feature on top of that, you're going to add $50. You're going to add $100. You're going to add $200. But having that as the base model at that price point is fantastic. I think it's great. I think they're going to sell as many of them as they can make.
Is that Vox Guitars Rock asked if that one is chambered?
I don't know which models are chambered versus which ones aren't anymore. I know mine's not. I'm pretty sure most of the regular, like Gibson standard ones are not anymore. I don't know. So the new one for $1,500 is not. But that's because it's thin. It's cut down. The body's thinner. And that's how you can get a really light, really playable, really kind of throw-aroundable, fully mahogany guitar. I think they're great. I think it's going to be... I mean, getting any good guitar for $1,500 is a great deal. It just is. And I know that there's going to be people that think that they stripped value out of it, but they didn't. They made a guitar that they could afford to make. Yeah. You're not going to get binding and inlays and all that stuff for $1,500 made in the USA. Somebody challenged me on this in the comments of my video the other day. They're like, I know all kinds of builders that do it. And they're like, I could Google right now and come up with 5 guitar builders that can sell me a guitar for $1,500. So I Googled them all. I went and looked. He gave me 4 or 5 names. And I'm not going to name them because I don't want to... But all 4 of them that he gave me, they had multiple streams of income coming into their business. They were not solely guitar builders. They had repair shops, parts shops, schools, various things like that. They were not staying solvent purely on guitar building with a $1,500 product. They were not. So... And I know that there are people out there doing it because I know that there's people out there making pickups for $35. But those guys are working at a bank or whatever and doing it for fun after work. They don't have a real business. It's not a real business plan to create something that's going to be around for 50 years. It's just not that way. And if you go to NAMM show... I would say it's a 5 to 7, maybe 4 to 6 year cycle of brands that you don't see around anymore. So that price point for Gibson to do that as a entry level, I think is really commendable. I think it's awesome. Yeah, I think it's great.
Is that your segue?
That's it. That's all I got.
Let's see what the people are saying.
Let's see what the people are saying.
Stratosexual
He must like Strats.
says, I love the new Gibson models. Can't wait to get one in my hands. CMG guitars are well under $1,000. Check them out too.
Yeah. Yep.
Vox Guitars Rock. Les Paul Tribute was $1,500 in Canada.
Les Paul Tribute. I bet they cut that.
Rusty Shackelford also mentioned that one. Don't know about good guitar. Les Paul Tribute is less than that, but I wouldn't buy one. Got an Amprol Jazzmaster for $1,500, and it's fantastic.
You didn't buy an American Pro Jazzmaster for $1,500.
Oh, AM Pro 2, probably.
Yeah, an AM Pro 2 for $1,500 is not new.
It looks just like Amprol.
Yeah, I know.
Because he smushed it all together. That makes way more sense.
Those are 25, so. Or 22 or whatever.
T-Bone says, hey guys, Dylan, is a compressor pedal worth adding to your pedal board?
I think everybody should understand how to use one, so yes, get one.
Get one.
Yep.
Random Guitar I'm almost ready to start acquiring the parts to build my own parts caster. I'm pretty sure I'll end up with about 1,500 in it by the time I'm done. But it's fun, and I want to do some custom stuff.
Well, do it. That's awesome, man.
Martian Murray, that light LP looks cool because the weight is my biggest distractor of a 2.8 Les Paul.
Oh, see? So that's an interesting thing I didn't think about. That does turn a lot of people off. If you could have a Les Paul for the weight of an SG, that'd be cool. If that's your thing. I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea.
I'm going to skip everything and go ahead and say what Box Guitars Rock just said.
Okay.
I forgot my EDC at home today, so I listened to my Bryan Adams CD because it cuts like a knife.
Oh, my God.
That's so corny. It's
that's
funny. It's a good dad joke. Except kids don't know who Bryan Adams is. Or that song, probably.
Probably. Our kids might.
I don't know about some Bryan Adams. That's pretty mellow. I don't know if they know Bryan Adams.
I don't know. I may not. Yeah, might be a little too...
I didn't own any Bryan Adams. They didn't get it from me.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. I didn't answer the second part of the question. Am I going to get a pink one?
That was a long time ago.
I didn't even think about that. I am getting... Next week, I will be getting a Texas Toast Level 1 to put my pickups in. And we're definitely going to do a video on that guitar. And for that reason, I would really like to get a Gibson to compare to it. But I don't know that I'm going to be able to get one fast enough. So I might make that phone call tomorrow and see if I can get one. Call my Gibson guy.
Sunbase. Very difficult to make, market, and sell a US-made guitar for $1,500. The manufacturing cost would probably have to be under $400.
Yep.
Are you doing math?
Yep. 375 is where my brain immediately goes. Yep.
Charles Wallace. How many people can truly hear the minor differences in the tuning? Just saying.
Not in normal playing, but I know people in studios definitely when they're multiple instruments together. When you play with a piano, for example, it gets different. It depends on the tuning too, but yeah.
Oh, why in the heck did it do that? What is that? And why are we frozen?
I don't know.
Are we still going? I'm so confused. What if I make it go away? Does that go away? What is that?
I don't know. I think you might have taken a screenshot.
Where? How?
I don't know.
Nope.
I don't know.
What was that?
I think, this is what I think. I think you keystroked something.
I would touch the mouse.
I know, but so again, there's a bunch of features. Well, we probably should read the directions.
Okay.
It used to be so simple, and
Let's
adding
try
stuff.
not to break it this time.
Yeah.
I'm going to click here. I'm going to roll up here. Oh. And I'm going to click here.
And it might just have been a glitch. It might just, who knows? I don't know.
Thank you for the super chat, Hat Mike. He says, thanks for taking my question in the form of a novel. You might be onto something. I'll have to ask for more info.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Princeton particle accelerator.
The video did freeze for them.
Oh, it froze for us too.
I know, but what was that thing? Did y'all see like a bubble on the screen too?
I think there's things we can do. I think there's effects we can do and stuff.
But
And
why would it freeze the video?
I don't know. The new feature that just came out today is that you could take a screenshot. So there might be something, because I just updated beforehand.
Okay. Tell me if you saw like a little thought bubble. I need to know. I don't know why.
I don't know where that came from. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Weird.
Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Rusty Shackelford. I built a telly with Dylan pickups and American fender body and neck for less than $1,000. Sales are awesome.
That's awesome.
There was a thumbs up in a bubble. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So weird. There was a thumbs up in a bubble. So where did the thumbs up come from?
I don't know. We'll have to research.
Can I thumbs up myself? Like if I click that, does it do
No.
something? Does it tell you when somebody thumbs up? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Now Ivan is testing us. Oh.
What?
Does it do gestures? It does. Now how do you make it go away?
It's... I literally don't know why it freezes it.
I don't know.
I mean, I literally had to unplug the camera.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know how that...
That was funny.
We're going to have to figure that out.
Thanks for the information, Van Check
Sometimes-
Guitars, and the super chat. He says, I noticed that sometimes you do a gesture and a thumbs up shows up. But it never has froze before.
No, it's never frozen. So I'll have to read about what that is, and maybe there's a glitch in it or something.
That's
pretty funny.
Like, does it give... Oh my gosh. Okay, that's so funny. I'm going to keep my hands out of the camera. Slack does that too, but it doesn't freeze you.
Well, it shouldn't freeze us, I don't think.
Weird.
That is weird. All right.
So that's a different comment. Rusty Shackelford. I'm making a super strat out of a... I'm assuming he means warmth and not warmth.
Yep.
Body and an old Mexican strat neck I've had for about 25 years. Woof. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Matthew Altamere. Doing surgery on my Epi Les Paul as we speak. I have an extra 490R hanging around. My Epi Les Paul has an Epi Alnico Classic Pro in the neck. I have no problem with that humbucker. Should I swap it? Forgot how 490 sounded, to be honest.
I think a 490 will be fine with that if you like that setup. I think it'll be okay.
Super chat from Paul McNary. Thank you, Paul. It's been a while. He says new and improved. I don't know about improved.
Thanks, Paul.
If we don't know how to fix it, but definitely new.
We'll figure it out.
Super funny. Vox Guitars rocks. If I put a parts caster together using Guitar Fetish parts and components, would it be a good guitar? Or Shiite because everything is Chinese? Honest question.
Guitar Fetish would not be my first choice for components. I have tried to use them in the past, and they are less than desirable in my opinion. If you're going to build parts caster stuff, I would recommend Warmouth. I would recommend Guitar Mail. For a couple of good examples. And I know that people, let me just say, the reason most people use Guitar Fetish is because they're trying to save money, not because they're trying to build a good guitar. If you need to save money, use Guitar Fetish, but just know it may not be a good guitar.
Sir Sneaker Pimp. I have a pondering question. Why is the screw on the back of a Strat offset?
The screw on the back of a Strat. I don't know what screw. There are potentially 10 screws on the back of a Strat. 10, 12, 14 screws on the back of a Strat.
Why?
So
Why
I
are
don't-
so many screws?
Well, you have 8 to hold the cover plate on. You have 2 to put the tremolo in the back of the guitar, and you have 4 to put the neck on. So I don't know what screws he's talking about.
All right, Sir Sneaker Pimp. I have to update us.
Mm-hmm.
Shark Air. I just bought a custom handmade guitar. $1,000.
Dang, you got a deal.
Trim cavity cover.
Why are they offset? Oh, like why are the holes not in line with like taking the strings out? I have no idea. I don't use them. I take them off, so I don't know.
Curtis Chavez, Dylan. I love the sound of Gibson's 490s. Am I weird or no?
No.
Would you get the skinny modern LP or a tribute or other?
I'd get a Texas Toast Challenger level 2 or 1. That's what I would get.
Vox Guitars Rock. Presley California Customs will make you a great guitar for, I heard, around the $1,500 mark.
And maybe they will. But I will tell you that it's... I would be interested to know what their program is to do that. I would also be interested to know what, again, not what the financials of their company are, but like if they're selling something else to sustain it. Like it's just not, it doesn't work. That is not enough money.
So Banchant Guitars says it's to keep you from installing it the wrong way.
Oh, oh yeah, so that would make sense. So you don't put it on backwards. That would make sense. Or flip it over the other way. It only goes on one way. That makes sense. I like that answer. I learned something new, Ivan.
Haunted Guitar Man. What about Harmony guitars? Made in the Heritage Factory. USA made, CTS pots, USA pickups, $12.99 for the Les Paul style, $14.99 for semi-hollow. Ever play one?
Harmony guitars are not made in the U.S. Harmony guitars are made in China. Harmony is licensed through a company who owns, I forget who, a bunch of companies. If you mean heritage guitars, those guitars are not that cheap. They are $2,700 to $3,500.
Have you ever played?
I have, and I'll probably buy one at some point.
Curtis Chavez. TTG made the mistake of talking about G and, quote, someone cut off their cast.
That's funny.
Gary Simmons, Fender American Performers are under $1,500.
Mm-hmm. They are, and they are basically Mexican Strats that are assembled in the United States. So I would count those, I guess, but yeah.
Rusty Fenders, I got a new Apple Watch today, and I'm going to try out new features, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we
since
both did.
you're here.
Yeah. That whole, I don't want to do it now, but because I haven't turned it on or figured it out, but whatever that whole pinchy thing
Yeah.
is.
We've been thinking about it since you told us.
You showed us that, and I was like, oh, wait, we need that new watch to do that. Actually, no.
Don't make gestures.
In the off-topic hour, I will tell you how I talked her into buying a new watch, Rusty. Okay, let's go.
George Dial. The best way I can get the price down on an American guitar is to buy a demo guitar on Sweetwater. I usually cannot find a scratch on them, and I can usually get 25% off if I ask my rep for a discount. That's a pretty good little racket he's got.
That's a good little racket going.
Sir Sneaker Pimp, my sub 1K is the CME Sunrise Orange Casino I bought a few years ago. It's fantastic. By the way, did you watch Anderton's Gibson factory tour? The timing of it was perfect for your quality video.
I did not watch that. It's really long, and I didn't have time. I've not had the hour and 15 minutes or whatever to sit and watch it all the way through, because I do want to. Casinos aren't American made either. Okay, next.
Random Guitar says on Sweetwater, it says the new Les Paul Studio has an ultra modern weight relieved body.
Okay, well then maybe it does. I had it up there, and I didn't want to take away from this to spend the time reading it, so I wasn't sure.
Shane Walton, I owned a studio and liked it a lot, but I sold it because the resale price was too tempting. Only paid $400 for mine.
Yep.
Random Guitar. I had a 2007 Les Paul Studio once. It was very heavily chambered. I loved it because it was almost like having a semi-hollow guitar, but with a solid top.
Mm-hmm.
Octopus Ears. What is your favorite strap and why? We haven't had an and why in a while.
No, we have not.
Favorite strap.
I'll show you my favorite strap. Keep going.
Oh. Is the Princeton Tone Master a good amp for pedals?
Yes.
D-Mac asked, I'm sorry.
Yes, absolutely. It is phenomenal. I love it. Yep, it is. Okay, so my favorite straps are from a company called Anthology. And they are handmade leather, really nice. You see me use them in videos. I have two. This one is this is the one that Leslie told me to buy originally, and then I bought this one instead. And then I ended up getting this one too. This one doesn't.
I was right.
Yep. This one doesn't have strap locks on it, so this is whatever guitar I have that doesn't have strap locks on it. This one is specifically for my Les Paul because rock and roll, and because I put the Grover strap locks on it to use for that guitar so that I wouldn't drop it. So no, I love these straps. They are so comfortable and so nice. They are not cheap. They are not cheap. But they are also really nice, and they wear very well, and the company shares my stuff on Instagram every time
really?
I share
I didn't
pictures.
know that.
Yep, every time I share pictures and I tag them, they're like, because I'll put this strap like on different guitars that are of different colors and contrast and stuff, just kind of for Instagram pictures, just for fun. And I always tag them, and they always share. They're like, "Oh man, that combination looks awesome!" Like, yeah, they're really cool. That company's really cool. It's the same company that Slash uses. That's why I found them, because the Slash strap, that thin one with the little bit wider spot with the little metal thing, he uses it on like his main guitar. They made that, and that's how I found that. Because I was like, whatever strap Slash uses on his November Burst, that's what I want to put on that guitar. But I didn't actually like the strap he used, but I found the same company. And then once I found him, I was like, I almost ordered some stuff from them the other night. They had cuffs on clearance.
I thought I found that company with the flowery strap.
So that's true. You found it. That's right. You found it. But it's because it's the one that Slash uses.
That's why I found it? That doesn't make sense.
Or maybe by chance it was or something. But it is. If you go to the website, they even have pictures of them.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. I have super chat. Super chat from Brian Carpenter. Thank you for the super chat.
Hey, Brian.
Brian, I want to raise the action on a T-style bridge. Do I go to saddles first? Truss rod? Should all the screws be raised the same amount? Quarter turn, half turn?
Okay. The best way to do this would be, very first thing, always check your fretboard relief, check your neck relief, which is your truss rod, first. On a Strat, you can, or a Tele, is it a Tele? Mm-hmm. You can pretty much set a Tele flat, the neck totally flat. You can put a couple thousandths of relief in there if you want, but set it flat, it'll be fine. As long as your frets are good. And then, I would set, at the 12th fret, I would set a Tele at about 60 thousandths of an inch. And if you check it with a caliper, you know, like the butt end of a caliper where it pokes out and you can kind of see the height. And then just set each string individually at 60. Don't worry about where the saddles end up height-wise. Just set all the string height at the 12th fret at 60 thousandths. And they will all of a sudden kind of become a part of a arch, sort of form an arch to whatever your fretboard relief is, or whatever your fretboard radius is. It's the most accurate way without radius gauges to do that. So that's what I would do. Then you have to check your intonation when you're done.
Sunbase says, "Hey Dylan, the new Harmony Jupiter and Rebel guitars are made in Kalamazoo." And somebody else said that was right. And somebody, Sean Tackett, said, "I literally just looked at a Harmony guitar on Sweetwater's website and it has a Made in the USA sticker on the pickguard."
Well, I was wrong.
It's new models or something.
You know, the thing is, I've played those. I know what they're talking about. I almost bought one at Sweetwater. Yeah. It's got a nitrocellulose finish and everything. Wow. I guess. Well, thanks for pointing that out, you guys. Yeah, I almost played a gold one with those gold foiled pickups in it. And I almost bought one. Sure enough.
Oh, Van Chant Guitars
Thank
busting
you.
out the history. He said, "I love my DTT branded leather strap."
Oh my goodness. Yeah, there isn't very many of those in circulation. Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, I guess I was wrong. I remember them, but I guess I didn't think about them being made in the United States. Cool.
Martian Murray says Pro 2s are $17.99, so you could get a deal for $15. I got an Ultra Strat for $1,700 new.
Okay, there you go.
Bruce K. You can now buy an Epiphone Les Paul Special 2 with a Gibson headstock on it for $1,500.
Okay.
Random guitar. So what's the lead time on Dylan's pickups? I'm thinking of 2 single coils and a humbucker for my upcoming parts caster project.
2 single coils I could probably ship Monday, Tuesday, because I've got some ready over there.
And a humbucker.
Humbucker would be end of next week.
There you go. Look at that. See, whatever this update is, they need another one because this is... comments are ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. So
it's
there
like
is
rolling to the top and then it won't flow.
So there is something glitchy going on. Okay.
I guess. Vox Guitars Rock says, "Leslie deserves a shout out for having to wade through all my drive." I don't know what that means. Nice job, Leslie. I'm giving myself a shout out because Vox Guitars Rock
I mean, I would give you a shout out.
You don't. I'm just kidding. Let's see. That's all the questions I have. So if I missed something, tell me.
You got about, what, 10 more minutes?
Yeah. We can scroll back up and talk about, a lot of people are talking about their straps. Let's see. Vox Guitars Rock, I usually use, is it Levy or Levy?
Levy's straps, yep.
Levy straps. Don't know why.
Because they're big.
New Gun Guy says Slash uses red monkey straps, I believe.
Okay, I'm wrong twice. Because I did. I tried to order a red monkey strap. That is right. I tried to order a red monkey strap.
It's just not your night.
No,
because it's not Wednesday. That's why.
Maybe it's I'm totally. I tried to order a red monkey strap and I couldn't get one.
Octopus Ears says I've been using Franklin straps. They use glove leather. They're comfy.
Yep.
Let's see.
I forgot about that, man.
Martian Murray said Levy's has a 2.5-inch padded leather strap for 30-something, which has become my favorite. Fox Guitars Rock says I needed a strap for my strap when I was destitute, so I adapted an old rifle sling I had laying around.
I have thought about that. I'm like, why don't we use QD mounts for guitars? Because they... Actually, you know what's funny about that? So QD mounts, for those of you that are not familiar, rifles have a... at least modern...
Is this off topic?
No. Modern sporting...
Questions.
Modern sporting rifles have a little... It's like a little push pin thing. It's almost like a Grover strap lock. It's like a strap lock for a rifle, and the rifle has a little hole in it, and it goes in there. And I'm like, why don't we use those for guitars? Because those are really good. They work really good. Anyway.
It's important questions.
Okay.
Super chat from Mr. Goat. Hello, and thank you. He said, can Leslie have a raise? And why not? Or why?
You're not wearing your raise right now.
That is not my raise. No. You don't get to pick if it's mine.
You're like, that was last week.
Yes.
You said that the other day.
Gifts don't count.
Oh my God. That was awesome. Anyway.
You didn't answer the question.
What do you want?
The question is addressed to you.
Yeah, I'll give you a raise.
What's a raise from nothing?
I don't know.
Nothing?
Yeah, the multiplier of that is what? 30% of
like
nothing.
Your money back guarantee.
Exactly. I'll give you a 20% raise right now.
No dice, Mr. Goat. All right. Windsurf Maui says, Dylan, will a strat work well with a 0 forward neck angle and a flat neck?
Yes, that's what a strat is.
Curtis Chavez, would bass talk be considered off topic?
No. Yes. Bass talk is considered off topic, so ask it now.
What?
Bass?
It's on topic.
On topic, yes.
You said off.
I thought you said off. I'm sorry.
I did say off.
Basses are guitars.
Correct. Whew. You're
just
struggling.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is.
Hat Mike says, I was looking at straps before I got distracted and went to the Texas Toast Live. This chat is perfect for me. Thanks, all.
Yeah, man.
David Gerala, any advice for minimizing top-end fizz in high-gain tones with amp modelers? I know it's not just a digital problem. Some tube amps do it and some don't. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I would say figure out what your preamp versus power amp proportions are. And lean more towards power amp side. So master volume, crank, 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 and then add in your other volume, which is your preamp, and you'll have less fizz than if you turn up your preamp volume to get your drive. And make sure that you leave enough mid-range in your signal. A lot of high-gain people think that that scooped mid-range is part of the sound, but it is not.
What is QD? Why are people saying QD? What's QD?
QD mounts. They're the, like on a rifle, the little hole where the...
Got it. New Gun Guy says, you're right like all the time, man. It's okay to take a day off.
I don't mind being wrong. And it's fun to learn, like, discover. I was like, I'm glad you guys are calling it out too, because I don't want to. I would rather you call me out and say, "Hey, no, wait, that's wrong." Slash uses a different strap than me accidentally misinforming a bunch of people. I would hate to do that.
I don't know. Richard Ryan it shows question marks, and he said episode. Just kidding. He said Epiphone Casino. That is. I don't know what. I scrolled up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see a question.
Epiphone casinos.
Is that this? It's a statement, not a question. Just
Yep.
question mark. So I see it.
They're not Merca.
Box Guitars Rock said Leslie needs a new 9mm.
I tried to buy one. She's getting one.
She doesn't need one.
Nobody needs one. Well, nobody needs two.
That's funny. Well, I'm all caught up. What'd I miss, y'all? Ask it now.
5 more minutes.
Yeah.
We're going to have an off-topic hour at 9 o'clock. We're not stopping in 5 minutes.
Or maybe we are.
Hey, if nobody wants to talk to us
Nobody.
or hang out with us, then we'll stop. But I doubt that's the case. I wonder how many people we have watching tonight.
Richard Ryan says USA-made casinos are on the Epiphone website.
They do have those, yeah. The ones that I usually see are not. But they do have them. Most people don't buy those. Well, I'm not saying most people don't buy those. Let me just say, I get calls about Epiphone casinos all the time. And because people want to know about the P90s in them. And they're never those. They're always the cheap ones.
Marcia Murray says, why not two? You have two hands.
I mean, exactly. You have more than one knife. Mm-hmm. See?
You cannot blame your habits on me. That's a weird way to support your habit. Curtis Chavez, so he's one that asked about bases. He said, anyone tried the Cala-U bases? Is that how you say that?
No, I have never seen that or heard of it.
Has anyone else tried them? What did you think?
I have not heard of those.
Share with Curtis. Fox Guitars Rock says, what is your favorite fret size?
6150.
It's really nerdy. Josh M says, hey, Microtech guy. And then it says, face blue, smiling. Matthew Altamere, any idea of the price point for the new Gibson Studio Modern? Might be a good middle of the road before a standard.
So the other modern fancy ones are just as expensive as a regular one. Because they're just a modern version of a regular guitar. So I don't know. Somebody just texted me about straps on the chat on the website. So I don't know why they're on the website chatting about wrong chat, dude. Use the one on YouTube, please. That would be
hard to respond.
That would
He's
be
like
great.
responding to comments.
Yeah. He said long hollow unlined softy was a great strap, but it was a one-person shop and the person passed away. Then I found archaeology, but it's more expensive. That's what this anthology.
No,
Anthology. Anyway, but it's this stuff's not
And then
cheap.
he said that bass is a ukulele. Ukulele bass.
Yeah. He's chatting on the website chat.
Whoops.
No worries. We'll get them all.
Vox Guitars Rock, $1,500 American-made tube amps. Would that be a legit topic?
Yeah, that's getting harder to do too. It's that price point right there that's a hard one. I think he said sorry. No worries,
Maybe he just
man.
had two windows up
Yeah,
and he was
hey.
like, hey, there's a chat button.
You know what that means? That means he's got our YouTube videos in one corner and he's got our website in the other corner and he's shopping. So thank you for doing that.
That's pretty cool.
I appreciate that. No, that's very cool. And I was not annoyed by it. I thought it was funny. So don't worry about it.
Well, it's more like people can't interact with you if you're just talking
over
to
there by
yourself in a
yourself.
chat bubble.
Yeah, you're in a phone over there on the table, not over here with us.
Curtis Chavez says, at what point would you consider a solid body Challenger too light?
When it can't physically not break in half. Like I like light guitars. 6-7 pound. I don't know. I used to have like a 5-pound telly. I really love that. I like a 6-pound guitar. I don't have one right now, but I like a 6-pound guitar. Maybe my Les Paul is, or my SG Junior is.
All right, it's 9:01.
All right, this is the off-topic hour. We do have the little thing down there. So how this works is we hang out and we just get to know you. Talk about stuff. You can ask a guitar question, but we will not answer it unless it's in a super chat after 9 o'clock. If you don't like that, show up earlier next week. That's how that works. And you can ask whatever you want, and we'll probably answer it.
Oh, you went from might to probably.
Probably.
So Timothy Potter just kicked it off. He said, did I miss it? What is the knife of the night?
You didn't miss it. This is actually, it's purple and black, so this is actually hers. So he's like, Microtech guy, and I'm like, no, this is actually Leslie's Microtech. This is Microtech UDT, the underwater dive team knife. It's an automatic out the side, which is not normal for Microtech, obviously. So it's a button.
It's good, but it's not as snappy
It's
as
good.
a ProTech.
Yeah, ProTechs are better, but I like this knife, and I like the shape of it. I like how light it is, and the edge on it's actually really good. It's really sharp. I think it must be.
I just use them. I don't sharpen my own knives. It sounds
it
very fancy.
Yeah, this is
doesn't it?
M390. But no, this is a really good knife. It's cool.
I don't clean my own guns either, and you haven't cleaned guns yet.
No, I need to.
Did you intentionally match your hat and knife?
No. But I did.
I think he did, because he went and stole that knife to bring here tonight.
Yeah, it was just because I wanted to play with it. Oh, so, rusty fenders. So, let me tell you what happened. So, yesterday, Leslie's like, my battery's dying really fast on my watch.
So, by the time you went and got that other watch,
Yeah.
so my watch was still on the charger when we chatted this morning.
Yep.
Put it on. By the time you got back and I was messing with the new one, it was less than 50%. Like, it was going really fast.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, go ahead.
So she's like, I don't really, I got to see how this battery's doing because I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to really buy a new watch. And then I was like, because of what she does for a living, I was like, but the new one has accessibility features. And she's like, oh yeah. Trade in, pick it up in an hour. So.
Guilty.
Then she peer pressured me to get it too.
I did not. He was racing me to see who could check out first.
Yeah. I just updated to the newest one. I haven't even looked at any of those features yet.
I haven't looked at anything. I
just put it on and started wearing it. I had a really busy day today. So.
But that's nice that you could just do that. It just looks like your old watch, and it just is.
Mm-hmm.
It just is.
Yep. I agree.
I like that it's convenient like that.
Yep.
I don't know if we're supposed to talk about candy, because Hawkman Hawk says fun size Twix are the best fun size candy bar. perfect blend of chocolate, caramel, and cookie goodness.
I would agree with that, actually. Kit Kats would be right in there. Do they make those?
Why do you need
Well,
fun size
you don't need a
Kit Kat?
fun-size Kit Kat because you just break one off. Break a piece off. Break off.
Do you eat them like that? Who eats them like a savage? That's you, isn't it?
No.
You break them off?
Well, okay. They come in 2 different sizes. They do have a little travel size one. That's too wide. If it's too wide, I'll eat it. What in the heck is going on with this?
Super weird.
I think it must be when I put the 2 up. Like a peace sign?
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not going
Don't
to.
rub your nose. It might be like a baseball signal.
I know.
Stop fidgeting.
What I was going to say is they make one that's too wide. And that one I would just eat on
That's the fun size.
that I would eat on the end. If it's a 4 wide, I'm breaking it off.
Savage.
Yeah, if it's a 4 wide, I'm breaking it off.
I haven't had a Kit Kat or a Twix in years.
Many years. Yep. I kind of miss Twix. I don't really miss Kit Kat that much. I love Twix bars.
I love anything caramel, and caramel is so hard because it's all made with milk.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Except they do make some really good vegan ice cream with caramel in it.
Yep. I did try the vegan Reese's peanut butter cups, and they are bomb.
The plant-based Hershey bar with almonds, which was always my favorite candy bar.
Really?
Hershey with almonds.
Was good?
It was not good.
Really?
It was like so soft. Like it needed to be refrigerated and maybe it would have been better.
Really? So the Reese's peanut butter cup you gave me that same day, it was like perfect.
Yeah, but Reese's peanut butter cups are supposed to be soft.
Yeah, but there's like a firmness to the peanut butter. Like when you bite into it, like and
I'm
it
talking
breaks
about the
off.
chocolate. The chocolate is soft on a Reese's
Oh,
cup.
yeah.
Except for the very edge, maybe.
Yeah, but when you bite it off, it's supposed to like have the teeth marks in it, like on TV,
Yes.
and it does.
Yeah, because the chocolate's soft.
It was good.
Chocolate's not supposed to be soft in a Hershey almond bar.
That's true.
And it was very soft.
I get that.
Let's see what we've missed. There's a serious delay tonight too.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Except it doesn't scroll, so maybe it was there. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Richard Ryan. He says, I'm looking forward to the TTG P90 video.
Good. Me too. I'm good. I'm looking forward to making it.
Curtis Chavez says, Ritter hazelnut is yum. I have zero idea what
Zero
that is.
interest in hazelnut.
Oh,
anything.
Sir Sneaker Pimp said Ritter Sport makes the best candy bar. My favorite is their chocolate covered yogurt. I've never even heard of this brand.
Me either. Is it a different country?
I don't know. Curtis Chavez says, I have an old Bowie knife with a red and black leather handle. Anyone know who made it? 6-inch blade, brass pommel, genuine Bowie stamped on the blade.
I would have to see a picture
That's
of
pretty
it.
cool.
That would be cool to see, though.
Daryl P said, Campolin switchblades for the win.
I want one of those. I want one of those, and I have looked for one of those, and I'm looking for something very specific. And there's a couple of importers, and there are a couple of places in Europe that I frequently, probably once or twice a month, go to their website, scroll through their inventory, see what's being sold used, and I just haven't found what I'm looking for yet. It's a U2 song.
That would be if you still haven't found.
Not
Not when you just started.
I still haven't found what I'm looking for. No.
Let's see. Star Sneaker Pimp said it's Germany. That's where the candy is from.
Oh, okay.
Canadian Combat Wombat the Third says, "Do you guys like the Trailer Park Boys?"
No, but we're not big. Well, I'm not big series person either. So they're probably 90% of all the series on all of the platforms I have never seen because I just don't really watch TV that much in that format.
Daryl P says he gets his knives from Austria Knife Site.
Oh, interesting.
I do not understand what letters stand for. Curtis Chavez says HNGD.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, me either.
Hand card? I don't know.
It's so quiet. Oh, here we go. Where did that come from? Now I have comments on here that I don't have on my phone.
Weird.
Very aggravating. Timothy Potter asks, "Do you find it hard to trust foods that are supposedly vegan? There is so much cheating in the food industry now." I mean, I think the easy thing is a lot of things are allergens, so they have to tell you. I'm just an ingredient reader.
Just read all the ingredients all the time.
And we don't go out much because it is hard, but...
Yes, and when we do, we go to places that we know, and if we go to somewhere where we don't know, we ask a lot of questions, and it's fairly apparent fairly quickly if the server and the place knows their food. Sometimes you'll show up and you'll say something and they'll go, "Oh, you must eat a plant-based diet. Well, then this is what I would recommend, blah, 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 and we can make this adjustment on the menu." And sometimes you'll go in and you'll be like, "I would like no cheese on my pizza," and they look at you like you're a friggin' alien. So, like, wait, what? I don't know if we can do that. You know what I mean? Like, so it just kind of depends on...
Yeah, so I think in general it's easier than it
Yeah,
used to be.
For sure.
So I don't think there's a distrust unless it's super flaky like
and
that.
Homemade stuff, we probably trust the least.
I trust my friends the least.
Yeah. Like if somebody invites us over and they're all excited because they want to cook for us, it's usually sketchy and I usually end up sick.
Yeah.
There's a couple people I trust that are friends of ours.
Yep.
Because they've done it enough times and they actually know.
Yep.
But as you are aware from hanging out in the comments with us for however long, I would say, yeah, I eat a plant-based diet, and somebody would be like, "Well, that means you eat fish, right?" No, fish is not a plant. So just imagine your friend being like, "Well, milk isn't meat," and putting it in something, and then I'm like totally sick.
They usually think about milk, but the one thing nobody ever thinks about is butter.
Oh, yeah. They put butter in everything. Yep.
Especially in the South.
Yep.
Yeah. That's no good.
Yep. You could have a complete meal ready to go. Everything's awesome, except they cook it in butter, or they'll put butter in the mashed potatoes and they think you can have the mashed potatoes, or they'll put, whatever, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Because just because it's a vegetable doesn't mean we can eat it. I think it was Ivan, and he's here. I feel like it was Ivan that posted a picture one time of like a package. It was like plant-based mashed potatoes, like a pre-packaged thing. It was like plant-based mashed potatoes. And he was like, "Am I missing something?" And I was like, "Yeah, because like if they put butter and milk in it, then it's no longer plant-based." And he was like, "Oh." Mm-hmm. Martian Murray says, "Oh, is Jell-O vegan?" Nope.
It is not.
Let's see.
And the American Dairy Association has ruined a lot of food for us that doesn't need to be ruined. Put milk in everything for no reason at all.
Oh, it was rice?
That's right.
Maybe it was. I feel like I commented something about potatoes because it was milk and butter, so maybe it wasn't Ivan. Daryl P., do you have any concern about being tracked by technology, such as watches, phones?
Principally, I do have an issue with it. I don't want to personally, you know, you don't want to give away too much stuff. However, her and I've talked about this a lot. You can't have it both ways. We make a living on the internet. So, that means I have to use Facebook. I have to use Twitter's. I have to use YouTube's, Instagram, which means you have to you have to agree to all the terms and conditions of all that stuff. It is the reason I don't use TikTok. That is the reason I don't use TikTok, is because of that. But I don't think, to be fair, any of these other companies are doing anything less invasive. But you just have to be, I have to be realistic. I have to make a living. And I couldn't do it without it. So, you know, I don't know what else to do about it. What I would say is you can use, when it comes to location tracking and various things like that, there's a lot of things you can do to be smart. Like, not say, hey, I'm leaving my house right now on Facebook. You know, you can do stuff like, you can be smart, but I don't. And people talk about ad tracking and stuff.
I love ad tracking.
Same.
Tell me what I didn't know I needed.
A, and B, don't show me stuff I don't want to see.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah. I like the algorithm on YouTube.
Yeah, and I like
a lot
the
of people blame it.
convenience of location-based features.
Yes, like I'm here, there's food around me, I need to find
shopping,
stuff. Yes.
GPS, locating people you love and knowing that they're okay. Like, there are cool features. Mm-hmm. And I am far too boring to be concerned about who's tracking me.
Yeah, I mean, I understand I do understand the people who are like, yeah, but if you give up this right, you're giving up the next one and whatever. I get the principle of that. However, you have to figure out a way to live in a world that is location-based.
And at the end of the year, Google sends me this beautiful map of all the places I traveled for the year because of the photos I took. And that's really fun.
That is really cool. Yeah, I don't, you know. We try to be smart about it, but you can't be super paranoid. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to live.
Stu Crombie said, we had a blunt knife at the garage. I said, just use the grinder stone. Turned out razor sharp.
Nice.
Canadian Combat Wombat III. I could never go plant-based, but to each their own. Life without ribs is unlivable for me. LOL.
That's funny.
That's a very specific thing. I mean, I think
ribs.
I've had ribs one time in my whole life.
I never cared for ribs.
And, well, I know why for me, because I didn't eat anything with a bone.
So, that ribs fall under in the Department of Food. Ribs, chicken wings.
Yeah, it looks like what it came off of.
Crabs.
Yeah.
No, for me, it's, why am I going to spend an hour eating something with this much stuff on it? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's
a return on investment eater.
It's a negative, negative net. It's a net negative food. It's way too much work.
You're
so dumb. I mean, do it for me and stick it in a sandwich. Yeah.
Marcia Murray said, I saw a chicken salad sandwich with vegan bread. That is really funny.
That is funny.
I don't know what they made the chicken salad with if they could have vegan bread. Like what? Maybe if it was gluten free, that would make sense, but not vegan.
That's funny.
Curtis Chavez said, I tried a veggie burger. It tasted okay, but I was sick as a dog afterward. What would you recommend for a noob who needs to make better choices?
I would recommend not eating veggie burgers.
Just increase vegetable intake. Like, you don't have to change.
Increase whole food intake.
Yeah, whole food.
Whole food intake and less processed food.
Less processed and white food.
Less white food. Yeah.
Yeah. Not like white people food, just white food.
Which is kind of the
food
same.
Is white people food.
Yeah.
Daryl P says, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean you're wrong. I don't know what that means.
He must be paranoid. And he's trying to tell us that he doesn't feel like he's wrong.
Oh, I didn't say anybody was
Which is
wrong.
totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought somebody asked us. I'm not trying. This is not advice in any way, shape, or form. We are not medical doctors. We're not health advisors. We're not technology advisors.
No.
There's the disclaimer.
Yep. I've been wrong twice tonight.
3 times.
Oh, 3?
Yes. 4 if you count Wednesday.
Oh, well. All right.
You're welcome.
Hey,
Who's
man.
counting?
Who's counting? Oh, man. This is the most I've been wrong since
Hawkman
yesterday.
Hawk says, isn't a McRib vegan? I mean, that's what people say and think. It's probably like 90% something else.
Yep. It's like not even any food in it.
Yeah. I never got that either. I have friends that are like, tell everybody, like, they got a McRib bag. And I'm like, why do you eat that?
I don't get it. I don't get it either.
Justin Haskell says, LOL, what'd you call me? I have no idea. Canadian Combat Wombat the Third says, you are pickup advisors, and that's technology, LOL.
It's not, though. It's like the dumbest device ever.
Curtis Chavez says it's 5 now, because you were wrong about how many times you were wrong.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Who's counting?
Who's counting? That's awesome. No.
New gun guy, sheesh, were you just wrong about being wrong, not your day?
I shot good today, though.
Oh my gosh. Vinny's World says, I'm lactose intolerant, but I can eat McDonald's ice cream, just saying.
So that's...
What is that then?
I don't know. I remember one time, I used to live next to... What is the... Like the smooth... Oh, Smoothie King. I used to live next to a Smoothie King when I lived in Michigan. And... Like a block away. And I think I was probably on the phone. So because I'm always on the phone when I'm driving. Well, not lately, but I used to be on the phone when I'm driving a lot. So I went through the drive-thru. I got a Smoothie King smoothie, like a big one. This is before I was vegan. And I put it in the center console. I must have forgot about it because I was probably on the phone. And it was summertime. I know because I just got done surfing. And I went back in the house. And I came back out the next day. Because it was hot. I came back out the next day. And the smoothie was still in the cup. But all of the color was gone. And all of the, like, liquid... So it looked like... You remember, like, in school, after the volcano blows up, the experiment volcano, and it looks like foamy styrofoam, like really loose styrofoam almost? That's what this smoothie looked like. And I'm like, I can't believe people drink this stuff. And I never drank another one after that. Because I'm like, this is not... It's like chemicals. It was gross. I was like, I'm never drinking one of them again. I never have.
Timothy Potter says, expending more calories eating something than it contains is the new weight loss program. Stu Crombie says KFC fries weren't veggie in England. Don't know about America. Cooked in beef fat, I think. I think it's the same here.
Yeah. I think
And we don't go to KFC.
Nope.
Unless we have the kids and it's KFC Taco Bell. Because then they're going to want to go.
Yep. Because
KFC Taco Bell.
one of them wants KFC and the other one wants Taco Bell.
Yep. Paul McNary says, I hate haters. Therefore, does that mean I hate myself? I sure hope not. Robert Hastings, he's back from rehearsal. He says, I'm back. The only time I'm right is when I know I'm wrong. My new country hook. I'm wrong, and that's right.
That's awesome.
Curtis Chavez, who remembers the tiny pocket knives you could get out of the dime vending machines? They even had steel blades.
Mm-hmm. I do remember those. I was in a store in Vegas, and it was one of those boutique Western stores, so it wasn't like a regular cowboy store, like where you can get like proper boots. It was like sparkly boot kind of place. And they had these little tiny daggers. They were like this big.
For what? They just sold?
They were just, yeah.
Were they blingy?
No, but they were like little, they looked like hand forged, like little tiny daggers.
And
I don't
you didn't
know.
look at them?
I don't know how much they cost. Everything in there was like slightly cheesy and very expensive. If they would have felt like it might have been legit, I might have bought one, but.
Sir Sneaker Pimp, have you seen the McDonald's burger that was left in a car and it looked fresh? It was there for years. It was just in the news from Australia. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have done those experiments over time.
Yep. Preservatives are whack.
Yep. Why don't we live forever yet? We probably have consumed enough preservatives.
We still do biodegrade, though, according to all the podcasts I listen to.
So what makes McDonald's not biodegrade? Maybe that's the ticket.
Oh, maybe.
Except Super Size Me says you're not going to be healthy.
No. That was disgusting.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, this is kind of guitar related, but it's not. I bought, it'll be in a video pretty soon. Maybe I'll make one for Patreon tomorrow. I bought a baker's tray rack with 10 trays in it. Like basically like when you go to a bakery and they have like bread in the big pans and they slide them out for pickup part storage, because we're so busy that I've got like finished pickups being ready to be assembled just everywhere, all over the office. And so I bought this thing so I could like organize everything. It's gonna be kind of cool. That's more about baking.
Oh, even though you said pickups, you need like a secret word.
Yeah, baking. Did you see I screwed one on the top?
Yeah, you took the top one and now you're missing one.
Yes. Yeah, but I have extra. It's kind of cool. Which means we had to rearrange.
Very industrial.
We had to rearrange the office again. I
thought that table was going and now it's still here.
Well, I have to have something to put the magnetizer on.
Where's the other table? We had two.
This one. The one that the laptop sits on every week.
My bad.
Oh, man.
That's like being on the phone and like, I can't find my phone. Timothy Potter says, I'm an omnivore and I still don't know why intelligent people eat at McDonald's. Convenience.
Yeah, it's convenience. And they put some kind of crack in that food, man. It's,
Sugar.
Yeah, it's sugar. That's what it is, really. There's certain things that are like, man, once you start eating them, certain carbs you start eating, you're like, I'm not even hungry, but I want this pizza. Just kind of the way it's designed.
Hogman Hawk says, I do love a McMuffin. What's a McMuffin?
An Egg McMuffin.
Oh, Egg McMuffin. Curtis Chavez says, I'm on 2 diets. One didn't give me enough to eat.
I had one, but it still left me hungry.
Timothy Potter says you should try baking your product. Still to guitar. I think he was asking, could he talk about that? Baking your product.
Makes me sound like I'm a drug dealer. Your product. Do you use your own product? Yes, yes I do.
What kind of dealer are you then?
It's only in one guitar though, apparently. We established that tonight. That's funny.
Well,
Slow night tonight, huh?
yes.
It's okay. People are trying to get back in the groove of having us both here. That's why.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, cool. Thanks for hanging out with us. I guess we will see you Monday.